Now your soul is spirit, just a little further about you. You're somebody too, believe it or not. We have instances of the inner men, of persons dying out of the body, described for us, telling us where they are. For example, in the 16th chapter of the book of Luke, verses 19 to 31, the rich man in hell lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and he saw Lazarus in another compartment, far off, way over a great gulf which was between the two compartments. And he cried, "Send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame." So he had a tongue left, and he had feelings, full consciousness. He had memory of his brethren back on earth. He had memory of that poor man that he was talking about. And he saw Lazarus have at least one finger left, because he said, "Dip his finger in water and cool my tongue." And if he had one finger left, he had 10 fingers left, and 10 toes left, and 2 legs left, and 2 arms left, and he had his every other bodily part. There they were, 2 different compartments. One compartment of bliss and comfort, and the other a department of torment, pain, and suffering. So, that's that. Both of them out of their bodies, both of them fully conscious, both having their inner man bodily parts just like your outer man has. Your inner man fits right into this outer man, even to the outer skin. Your soul is that which feels. That's why you can get feeling, because your soul fits right out to the outer skin. Anytime you touch yourself, you have feeling. That means you're touching your soul. Your spirit is that which knows. 1 Corinthians 2:12, "What knoweth the things of man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so knoweth no man the things of God, save the Spirit of God." So you have intellectual powers, willpower, feelings, emotions, passions, desires. So does God. Now then, in the 17th chapter of the book of Matthew, verse 5, we read of Moses and Elijah appearing with Christ on the Mount of Transfiguration. Elijah was still alive in his physical body, and as one of the 2 witnesses of Revelation 11 and Zechariah 14:14, where we read, "These are the 2 anointed ones which stand before the God of all the earth." There was Moses outside of his body. He wasn't in his body, because his body at that time was in corruption, having been buried 1700 years previously. Here he was, the inner man, appearing with Christ, and a man who is not out of his body yet, a man who had his physical body yet. Both of them talked with Christ. In the 6th chapter of the book of Revelation, verses 9 to 11, we read, "In the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the witness of Jesus, for the word of God. They cried out, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?" White robes were given to every one of them. So you see, God, He won't even allow people out of His life to go nude, and He certainly doesn't want it down here now. So let's be careful what we do. White robes are given to every one of them. You rest yet for a little season till the rest of your brothers should be killed, as you are should be fulfilled. They eat food in the next life. They drink. I don't know what all they drink. Good thing, though, couldn't be better than buttermilk. At any rate, they drink and they eat, and they have fellowship, and they're fully conscious, and the whole thing goes on as if they were still in the body and down here in this life. Jesus said, you remember when He was here? I'll no longer drink of the fruit of this vine till I drink it anew with you in my Father's kingdom. I'll no longer eat of this Passover lamb, these bitter herbs, and this unleavened bread, till I do it anew with you in my Father's kingdom. And He said to the 12, that you may sit at my table, or eat at my table. I guess they'll sit down. Eat at my table in my kingdom, you 12. So we're going to have a table big enough for 12 anyway. I think you'll have one that big for your own mansion, where you can invite me once in a while. We'll talk these things over a little bit more fully. No? And Jesus said, He that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna. He that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life for. So you're going to have a real life. Think of heaven as being a real place, going to a real city, going to a real mansion of your own, and having all kinds of food provided for you, and all the clothing already made, tailor-made for you up there, everything you want. Well, so much for the spirit world now.